Evening, folks. Hey, G-Freak. We're back after an hour or so break to have some delicious chili con carne. Hey, Ash. So yeah, we did our first proper Warzone stream earlier. That went really well. We got an 11th place, I think it was, at the end of that. And that was just with a group of 2 as well. So I think we'll definitely do some more Warzone at some point. But now it's time for soloing the Centurion, 6th episode. We are, I think, 25 modules in now. I think we hit the quarter point. I had to look through the list, and I think there are 7 modules I would consider very quick learns, maybe 8. So we can consider that profile with just a few minutes work, maybe up closer to like 32, 33. So we're, I would say, like, getting on for a third of the way to being able to solo the Centurion. We've done a couple harder ones, but there are still plenty of harder ones to go as well. Today, I've not got that much planned. Most of the other streams, to this point, I've known 2 or 3 things that I was going to do going in. Today, I want to take a look at binary LEDs, because I had an idea just a few minutes ago for how binary LEDs could maybe be a very quick learn, but using some strategy. I want to see if it works. So we're going to take a look at binary LEDs today and see if I can avoid learning most of those number sequences, because I think that may be the case. We might take a look at finishing only connect, which is something I've not really done on stream. I think I solved a couple, but we didn't really look at the tactics behind it. But we may actually take a proper, thorough look at only connect today. Other than that, I don't know what we'll do. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 other modules we'll take a look at besides those. We'll let people filter in, but as usual, I think we'll begin with a progress bomb. Just run these 25 that we've got on here so far. One thing I probably do want to do today is just do a double check run through of the cheap checkout prices, because I know for a fact I won't remember all of those, so it would be nice to go back through and just make sure I know them. So that's maybe where I'm going to start actually right now. I'm going to just try and go through that list and see how many of those prices I can remember. So we begin with, I've not put my camera on, have I? Hang on. Right. That's positioned for Warzone. It's way too far down. How's that? That's a bit better. Okay. Hey, give us. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to begin just by going through the cheap checkout list. We'll see how many I can get. Bitmaps, cheap checkout, there it is. Okay. So we have gum at 112, cookies are 2, soda is 205, sugar and fruit punch are 208, chocolate bar is 210, canola oil is 228, pasta sauce is 230, tea is 235, mustard is 236, white bread, I'm gonna say is 243, but I need to check this. I'm saying it's 243. It is, cool, okay. Toothpaste at 250, lollipops at 261, spaghetti at 292, grape jelly 298, potato chips 325, candy canes 351. Does that shoot all the way up to tissues after candy canes? 351. I'm going to see if there's anything between that and tissues. The ketchup, okay. In fact, I think there's ketchup and then, and then milk and then tissues, so there's a couple. So candy canes are 351. Ketchup is $3.59. White milk is $3.62. And then I think it's tissues at $3.94. And then deodorant at $3.97 and mayonnaise at $3.99. Fantastic. Okay, where do we start on 4? Cereal and cheese, isn't it? So cereal is $4.14. No, that's not correct. Is that correct? No. Cereal's cereal's $4.19 and cheese is $4.49. Is that right? Yeah, good. I think I may be forgetting the next thing. Is it just shampoo at $4.98? I think I might have missed something. No, okay, shampoo at $4.98, peanut butter at $5. Thanks, Gibbons. I don't think I remember what comes after peanut butter though. I'm gonna try and cover up the price and just see what comes next. So chocolate milk is $5.68. Yeah. And then, to be fair, as long as I can get the price from seeing the item, that's fine, because that's how the module's going to work, so I don't mind too much that I need to double check the order here. Mints. I think it's only slightly more than chocolate milk. I think it's $5.70. I'm going to say 3, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, fuck. Okay, we go all the way up. That's mints. Okay, so mints are $6.39. That's not something that sounds familiar at all. Mints, $6.39. Okay, what do we got after mints? Socks are $6.97. Good. Coffee, $7.85. Nice. Lotion, $7.97. Honey, $8.25. Water bottles, $9.37. And paper towels, $9.46. Fantastic. So the only slip up really was mints. Mints at $6.39. Mints $6.39. Okay. And then we have potatoes at 68 cents. Oranges are £1 or $1, sorry. Can't really remember the order here. There's more fruit. There's one more fruit, I think. Bananas are 109. And then cabbage is 110. Grapefruit's 130. 135. Broccoli's then 139. I think it then just goes to lemons at 218. No, chicken's 199 there as well. And then lemons are... Why does 218 sound wrong? I think lemons are No, lemons are 218. Tomatoes are 225. That's right, I think. And then turkey is 298. No, turkey's 398. Pork's 414. Steak's 497. What have I got wrong here? So potato 68, let's cover this up. Potato 68, oranges 1, bananas 109, lettuce is 110, grapefruit 130, broccoli 135, broccoli 139, chicken 199, lemons 218, let's just double check. Good. Tomatoes 225. Yeah, good. Turkey 298. No, turkey 398. Oh no, turkey is 298. Okay. Turkey's 298. And then pork is 440 and steak is 497. Okay, turkey is 298. Okay. Okay. Hey, Tackle. Hey, Aperture. I might be alright at it if these prices were even close to accurate. Some of them are dreadful. Hi. You want to shill? Consider spaced repetition learning. What do you mean by spaced repetition learning? Give us. So cheap checkout, I think I'm happy with. I think that just means we're going to run a bomb and see how we're doing. And as always, go in reading order. Technical term for a flashcard algorithm. I mean, I know what flashcards are. I don't know what you mean by algorithm.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
It's weird. I've not got a... Is there not a case that fits 25 exactly? I guess not. Okay. Balloon. AT. Lightning Lambda. Kitty. H. C. That's 4 from the first column. That looks really good. C. 6P. BT. Kitty. King question smiley. That also gets 4. That beats the first column. And it's going to be that, I think. So that's 6P, BT, Kitty, King question smiley. So it should be those. Oh, a nasty one. Specifically, a way to time which flashcards you review so that you review information just as you're about to forget, like mental exercising. That sounds good, yeah. So this is on a straight and it's the messy one. This is the last maze. And we're looking at the last number of the last maze because it's yellow. So 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1. 2, 3, 1, 4, and 2, 4, 1, 3. So we're going for white. Alright, chess is a tricky one. We have E6 is a rook. Okay. A3 is also a rook. So E6 and A3. C4 is going to be a bishop. We can't use muscle memory for anything. I use muscle memory for one thing, actually, so far, which is the second line of crypto has a list of adjectives, and they're very interchangeable. There's no real logical order to them. It's just like 5 or 6 interchangeable words. So I say squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching. So I have a muscle memory for that to remember the order of those 5 words. Is it bishop on roll 1? Bishop or knight? I want to say it's a bishop. So we have a bishop on c4. I'll tell you what, even though I can't mark on Battleship, just being able to visualize where bishops hit is kind of nice. Hey Max. Yeah, put that in Discord, man. F4, we need to be looking at our serial. We have an odd number, so there's another rook. So we have 3 rooks so far in E, A, and F. So E and F are covered. A4, we want to be looking at whether there are fewer than 2 rooks. There are not, so the A4 is a king. So we have an A3 and an A4, which means A1 is currently blocked. Our bishop at C4 doesn't hit it either. F4, so A1 currently has nothing hitting it. So let's see where our queen is. Our queen is at C1, which means that A1 gets hit. So A, E, and F and C are all looking covered. C4 is a king, so C6 currently might not have... No, C4 is a bishop. So yeah, currently C6 might not be getting hit by anything. F4 is a rook, isn't it? A4 is a king. So it could be A6. Hey Jared. Okay, so E6. E is covered, F is covered. Rook. A is covered, except I think possibly A4, A3. So A3 is a rook. A4 is, what did we say that was? A king. So I think A6 might not be covered. No, A6 is hit by C4. Okay, so A is good, E is good, and F is good. C is good as well, because C4 is a... No, C6 might not be getting hit. Is that right? Because C4 is a bishop. C5 and C6 don't get hit. E6, which means all sixes are getting hit. Which means C5 is currently maybe not getting hit. And then what's going on in the D column? D1 gets hit from C1. D2 gets hit from C4, hits D3 and D5. D4. A3 is a rook. So D4. D6 and D4, I'm not sure where the coverage is. E6 hits D6. D4. There's something at A4, but that's a king, isn't it? A6. So there's A6. A6 is being hit by... So C6 and D4. One of those I'm not sure how they're being covered. F4 hits. F4 is a rook. F4 hits D4. So I think it's C6. No, fuck, C... I've pressed it now. I can't go back. C5. Oh, thank Christ. Okay. The very... The... Hey, come then. And when... And then would tug their... And then would wag their tails as though they said, no eye at all is better than the evil-eyed Dark Master. Okay. And... TH, and then... Would... wag their tails. Okay. 4 down, green, go hyperbole, I, we're going 10 up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dig black. Dig black. Interesting one. Dig black. Got some souvenir questions. Let's see, we've got 2 3s, which have to go here and here. Huh? If there's 2 3s. Oh, of course, yeah, that can only... I was thinking one had to go here and one had to go here. And therefore the ships on these ones were either here or here, so these middle wall water. But it is possible for this ship to do this, and this ship to do this. And then the one for this being, like, in the middle. That is possible, so I'm just done. Oops. BY is 5. B is 1, F is 5. Bravo. Times 7. G would be 6, 7's are 42, 26, no. D is 3, 21, no. It's not going to be Y. BW, backwards. Single left, right. Single left, right. It's St. Patrick's Day today. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. So water bottles are 9. Oh, I'm not on Friday. So this won't work. I guess we'll compensate by just doing one after this bomb's over. We have 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. And then 14. That's a nice one. Souvenir, would you mind asking me something? That's a NOR, so C with A or B. And then A and B and not C. No, nothing. I'm an idiot. Wait, do I have 2 LED encryptions here? I do. So I've got more modules on this bomb than I have on the profile. Why? What's happened there? There's no souvenir. Oh, I guess the souvenir that I'm subscribed to has been taken off the workshop. That makes sense, right? Okay, let's back out of this then. Let's change my system clock to Friday and get the new souvenir. I will definitely take a look at that. Hey, block worker. New souvenir sports vanillas by default. Might need to think about changing the setting for it. Hey Gio. Maybe I'll just leave it on. So we should have souvenir back, I guess. That's odd. Why did reloading my mods change the... What just happened? They're not even in the list, they're actually gone. That's strange. I think I've got something weird going on with the, can't remember what it's called, the mod loader that only loads mods when they're required. I'll go and unsub from the old one now, but it's weird that the profile just did what it did. Souvenir. So which one is the new one? So 4 continuous mod post motion. Is this is the new one, right? The Andreosaurus one. And then this one at the bottom is Timway's. Demand-based mod loading, yeah, that's the one. Thanks, Jared. So I'm removing the Timway one. Okay, I guess we'll just leave and come back in then. Let's see what's happening now then. That's more like it. And a souvenir on. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's try this again. We're now on Friday as well.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Some more time for homework. You know, I tried to get the cat out of the tree. DJ's about to drop the bass. Alright. A black star and a white star. That's interesting. Black star and a white star. How does that happen? Lambda star. It's something like that, right? King's question smiley. I think it's just that, isn't it? No? What's wrong with that? Are the stars the wrong way around? That is a white star, isn't it, on the left? It's not black because it's filled in. That's weird. This is my... Oh yeah, I guess I am getting my stars the wrong way around.
Please return to your stations.
Huh, okay. So the colours are kind of inverted a bit like perspective, not perspective, or what's it called? The cube that you build out of the two halves. I can't even think what it's called now. Pattern cube. Where the one that's white is technically the black star. That didn't work, did it? That's very confusing. I guess filled or empty is kind of better, yeah. What are you up to, Max? Go away.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So that's 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. Okay, so fourth down is Posey Scowl, which is Y, which is -2. So we've got -2. 4 to 7 would be Fix UK Bribers. Fix UK BR. R is going to be -1. Yep, okay. So we're on -3, and then 5, 7. 5 is Susie Rigger. And another R is another minus, so we're -4. Hey Alexi. And then we have Air, -5. Mars, -6. And Libra, -5. Bad on 5. Another very, very poor omen. Nice.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
Damn it. Bad logic. Thought I'd give it a go, never mind. I've got no TRN, no car. Straight cool. CCLC, LLC, CLC, LC. 3 plus 7, 8, 11, 5 to 8. Second number down is a 7. Yellow, got only 3, 5 up. Digging green. What rule do we begin on here? 7. 7 is equal black and white quadrants, I think. No, it's not. 7 is as many black quadrants as unlit indicators. Should be 0, which may actually be true. Yeah. Which would mean it's the number of ports, which is also no, it's not. It's 3. Saxophone is low. So we've got G, K, L. Should be 2 on 1. I think. 4. Oh, 3 rather. 3. Dig black. Okay, I'm thinking of last bomb then. Oops. Hey Drake. It sounds a bit like, I just remember it because it kind of sounds like the sex in the Taxi Driver theme. Okay, so chocolate bar, 210. Socks. That's a 697. I think that's 697. We're gonna put on 7. I'm in debt to 3. White milk is 362. We're gonna put on 359. 2, 3, 50. 9. Fruit punch is 208. 0.5 oranges is just 1.5. 0.5 potatoes is 34. It's 1661, 1661, which is 5 minus 61, which is 439. Nice. Learn. Middle 2 and 3 need to be the same. Yep. Right. I don't think we double because we have. Oh, we don't even have an RCA. Okay. So it's going to be last digit of the serial. 7 times 1, so 7 plus B is 9. 0n dt, that's first query. Date. NB. VK. Second query. 12 LT. It's KE, I think. Hey, don't me. KE, and that's KE, third query, last one is submit. 54SR. SR. Saw, sure, sire, sorry, swear, star, sure, SR. Steer. Store. What's my SR word? Stir. It's not stir. I can't remember my SR word. Damn. It is Sol. It's Sol. It's BP. Wow. Okay. Good. 2 question marks. That means we're looking at the bottom. Question smiley. So it's going to be that R lambda star, which is on the left of king question smiley. So these need to swap over. H R lambda star. Is that right? Paid amount was 21. Hey gamer. This one does not ring a bell at all. Is it a 2? Is it just AC? Is AC just a 2? I'm actually going to double check that. Yeah, AC is just a 2, okay. Hey Blue. It functions similarly to an ED, but it is solvable. So we have Arabic, that's +6, gold +8, unmatched +10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then lines +50. Blue is so 58. Black is nothing. Present 59. So we're going to add an hour. Take away a minute. Okay. We have a rook at f6. That's really nice. That removes the invisible ones if we're looking at a battleship grid. a3 is a rook. Okay. d1 is therefore a bishop. 3 is a rook, d1 is a bishop. c5 is a rook as well. Okay. d2 is going to be a king. d1 is a bishop. d2 is a king. And then we've got a queen at d4. So it's in the bottom left corner somewhere. a3 is a rook. So I think we're looking at b1, 2, or 4. b1, 2, or 4. Well, b4 is hit by... No, it's not. c5. d2 is a king. d4 is a queen. Well, d4 hits 2 of those actually, so it's b1. Nice. He always, no. He what's before he always carried his low? But he was a, no. No, when did the blue was better than he? He iced his office in the dog days. He iced his office in the dog days. Blue. Pixels top left black. I have no idea. Blue is 3 or more mismatches, which is correct. and it's yes on either the first or second mismatch, and I'm going to say it's the first. Good. I've tried Container VR once or twice, yeah. Hey, Hans. I like it because I like having two controllers that let you multitask. You can click two different things at the same time. That's really cool to me. It's the best way to learn and play modded. What are the mods? Also, what mods are the ones that are worth? Honestly, looking at mods in roughly release order is not a bad idea because a lot of the really early mods are very good quality. They don't get crazy in difficulty. They are maybe truest to the sense of the original game. Like most of the things on the Centurion are definitely learnable to a newcomer. So yeah, looking at some of the earlier mods I think is helpful to begin with. The best way to learn to play modded is just to play modded, get some friends together and have a go. Our youth spend an alarming amount of time browsing the internet. Was that different? You cheeky shits. Was that actually different? Fuck's sake. I thought I just got the same one twice. I didn't realise that was even a thing that English Test had, like really similar sentences. I thought they were just like normal examples. Fucking hell, okay. So it's not first or second, I don't think. Copyright, but Wisp Kings are Lambda Star. We've got 3 in the third column. 3 in the third column. And then there's 6P BT Kitty. 6P BT Kitty King question smiley. That beats it. So column 4 has 3. Trident smiley BT C P 3 Black Star. That also wins now. And then the last column has the 6, the Trident, and it's just those. The second to last column is the winner. Definitely doesn't have those. It's 6P, yeah, it's those just on the right, isn't it? What now? 6P BT Oh yeah, no, it's column 4. I don't think I included kings in column 4. Okay. Jeez. Lamp. It's not cold enough for lamp. Small dog doesn't get used against. Doesn't get used against troll. Moonstone, I don't think we have unlets, no. Crystal ball, we're not fighting a wizard. Intelligence is only 3 though. I think it's against the last digit, which is not true. Sunstone we use. Okay, so trolls have 4-1-0. We're matching them on 4 and 1, but the int is better, so magic orb is the way to go. Everything that not includes C is good. And then we want C, we want A and B to be false, which would be A and C. Jesus. Oh, it's everything except that, isn't it? Yeah, Jesus. Third query, why did we end saw SO? This is a bad one. Maze 5, 2341, 3241, 2314. White, we're going for blue. I'm hoping that's right because I did that really fast. I did not double check myself on it at all. It's the last sphere I go to find as usual. Good. Oh, lovely LED encryption. You know what? I actually can't be fucked with that. I'm annoyed with this bomb. Gold, blue. Wait, what haven't I done? Oh yeah, of course I've not done this. Let's just see if we can do it quickly. 9, 7. 5. Green RG. 6 and 7. Just 7.49. That was pretty good actually. Fuck. Sure. Right. Yeah, that was gross. Oh dear. There are things that need revising. I need to go back and look at colour math. Probably some adventure game. Did I say colour math to begin with? What did I mean? I didn't mean colour math. Need to go back and look at the hell module was I thinking of? Because I definitely said the wrong thing. Colour Flash, excuse me, is what I meant. Colour Flash adventure game. What else is on that bomb? Alphabet still needs some revision. What do I do when I'm not on the computer?
All available experts,
go out into
please
town.
report to room A9.
Play guitar. Hey, error. What else needs revising? I probably want to take a look at maybe some keypad revision of the big grid. I think at the minute it's mostly wanting to re-look at Color Flash and Adventure Game. Okay. Hey, look at this dude. So I want to look at binary LEDs today. I had a thought about this a little bit earlier on, and I think that binary LEDs can be shortcutted, at least in terms of information. I don't think I need to learn much for binary LEDs. So let's go and take a look at the manual. I'm hoping
All available
that's the case
experts,
anyway.
please report to room A9.
Is there a number in every row, hopefully a fairly unique number, in fact let's just look at the 2-digit ones so I can search them easier. I'm hoping there is a number that appears in all of them. Okay. Let's look at all the single digits. Is there a 1 in all of them actually? No. Are they all of our single digits? Shout me if I missed one, chat. I see a gurnane on your guitar. I have no idea what a gurnane is. I think there's two guitars behind me. I'm not sure which ones are visible, but there's a white acoustic, which is my housemate's, and then there's a purple electric one, which is mine. Kermit has donated 99 cents. Thank you very much, Kermit. Topper has a 2. It does, thank you. Okay, is there a 2 in every row? No. Is there a... okay.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
Is there a 6 in every row? No. So there's a 6 in this row, this row, this row, this row, this row. 3, 7. What about 4s and 5s? If failing there being a single number that's in every row, it would be cool if there was 2 numbers that between them appeared in every row. Preferably 2 numbers that are fairly similar. So how about 4s and 7s? There's a 4, a 7, a 7, a 7. No. 4, 9, 9, 9, 9. No. What other numbers are popular? There was a 2-digit number that there was a lot of. So there's 12s there. And we've got 1, 3, 7. 7, 7. 2. 2. I still have no idea what Ghanaian means. My guitar has a Ghanaian on it. What is a Ghanaian? Max, if you can try and shout slightly less weird stuff at the other people watching the stream. Because honestly, I have no idea what you're saying most of the time. So, if anyone in chat can spot a number, or two numbers that between them appear in every row, that would be really cool. Yeah, as long as there's enough for lunch tomorrow. But you can, there's enough that you can grab some more. Oh, the rice is fine, you can finish the rice, just the chili. A lot of 15s, okay. There's a 15 in, oh wow, okay, 15's in almost everything. So it would be nice if there was a number that appeared in these bottom 2. I mean, there it is, right? But it would be even better if there was a number that exclusively appeared in the bottom 2. These 2 rows both have a 25, so there is something between them. Is 25 in any of the other rows? It is. Okay, so I'm going to try and find a number that's only in rows 1 and 3, counting from the bottom. Okay, 19 is a decent option. It's not as popular as 25, which is good. Sorry, what number am I using though? Is it 15? Yeah, okay. Let's just highlight a 15 so I don't forget that that's what I'm actually looking for. 13, 14, 16, 5. 16 is actually probably better because there's 2 in the bottom row, which is going to make it extra easy to spot. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Okay, so we're using 15 and 16. It's kind of nice. It's either one, just the first light on, or just the first light off. So let's highlight the 15s and the 16s in each row. 15, 15. 15, 16, 15, 15. Again, if you think I've missed one, let me know. Or I could just do a page search, huh? 16 there. Okay, so the idea now is going to be, hey Adam, another day of solving. Catch you later, give us. Hey Soviet Union. So the idea is, I find the 15 or 16 in the sequence, because every line has a 15 or a 16, and I learn, instead of learning the entire row, I just learn what comes before or after the 15 or 16. Hopefully what uniquely comes after the 15 or 16. So let's try and find a unique number. That occurs next to each 15. 1, 19, 20, 3, 31. What's easier to spot out of? It's probably 10, isn't it? And then what uniquely appears next to a 16. I only really need to consider the bottom 2 rows. So we'll look for 12. And 31's a nice one. I guess not, because that's slightly confusing, so we'll go for 9 here. So these are the things that I'm going to memorize. And this is significantly better than memorizing the whole table, right? All I need to remember now is a cut value for each one. Let's do that. And find a cut value that's nice on each one. Can I get any repeats? 2, 2, 1, 1. That's really nice. 31. 12. I want them to be unique on the row as well, don't I? It's the only two, that's the only two, that's the only one, that's the only one, yep, that's the only 31, that's not the only 12, so we need to do that 15. And how about that 16? Oh, that's not unique. Oh, we haven't done this middle row here either. Since they're mostly blue, I might just continue with the blue streak, because then... In fact, what if I just do blues on them all? It's actually fine. So you always cut blue. Then I don't need to remember the colour at all. Hey Velia. Hope you're doing well over there. Hey Francis. It's insane, thank you. So yeah, I've hopefully massively reduced the info load on this module. First off, we're guaranteeing to only ever cut blue, so I don't need to remember any colours. And I need to remember just a 15 neighbour or a 16 neighbour. It's just, hang on, it's 1, 2, 4, 8. So yeah, it's either 1 on the end or, well, 1 on the end on or 1 on the end off. So they're mostly 15s. And then, how many rows do we have? There are 8 rows. So rows 6 and 8 rely on a 16. Everything else relies on a 15. So 15s all the way down, and then 16, 15, 16. You always cut on a blue. Okay, and let's remember the actual cut values as well. So 25, I'm probably not going to remember these as binary values. I think I will remember them as just as numbers and reverse engineer it. So it's 25, 12, 1, 1, that's nice. 25, 12, 1, 1. 22, 31, 15, 12. 25, 12, 1, 1. 22, 31, 15, 12. The last 2 rows are really nice as well, because the last 2 rows, it's the 15 that is the marker that I'm looking for anyway. And it's the 12 sandwiched between the 2 marker 16s. And we need to remember the row, like what tells you each row as well. So the actual cut values are 25, 12, 1, 1, 22, 31, 15, 12. And my notifiers, if you like, I need to remember those as well. So we have 1, 19, 20, 3, 31, 1, 19, 23, 31, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12. One 1923. Okay. So I'm looking for 15 by 1, 15 by 19, 15 20, 15, there's a sandwich there. And 15 to 3. Then 15 to 31. 16 to 9. 15 to 10. And then 16, 12, 16. And then I cut blue on I couldn't remember that. 25, 12, 1, 1. 22, 31. 16, 12? 15, 12. Because 15 is the marker, not 16. Yeah, okay. So 1, 19, 23, 31, 9, 10, 12. And 25, 12, 1, 1, 22, 31, 15, 12. Should we see if we can do some binary numbers then? Hey Crash. Hey Eva, welcome back. Okay, so we're looking out for 15 or 16. Oh, I didn't know the wire colors were randomized actually. So we had a 16. So we're looking for it to be next to a 9 or a 12, right? That's a 12. Wait, there were two 16s? Is it sandwiched on the 16? Oh, it is on the bottom one, of course, yeah. Okay, well we cut on the 12. That's a 15. Next to a 31. So the values for... I need to not get these mixed up. The values for cutting are... I think that's 25, 12, 1, 1. The actual values for is 1, 19, 23, 31, so it's the fifth one. 22, so I think I'm cutting on 22. 22 would be 1, 3, 4. Nice. So that's a 15 by a 2, 4 and a 1, 3. 2, 4 is 9. 1, 3 is 20. 9 and 20. Which one is the relevant one? I think it's 20, isn't it? Because it's 1, yeah, 1, 19, 20. So it's the third one down, which is 1. We're cutting on 1. Not cutting on 1. What was wrong with that? Oh, yeah. Somehow I managed to count 3 down to 19. I don't know how I managed that. I said 1, 19, 23 and I managed to count down 3 to 19. Oops. I need to remember which sequence is which, because I'm taking ages in my head to sort those two out. So the ones that are the markers, I'm looking out for 1, 19, 23. 31, 9, 10, 12. One 19, 23, 31, 9, 10, 12. Excuse me. And then 25, 12, 1, 1, 22, 31, 15, 12. Hey, Morningstar.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So that was a 31. Which is probably either my marker or my cut value. So that was 16. I'm looking for 16 next to 31 or 12, right? I completely messed it. Oh dear. Oh, there is a 15 as well. Next to 31s. It's actually surrounded by 31s. Let's just double check that. Oh, it bounces. That's why it looks like it's surrounded. Yeah, sure. Okay. So the order is 1, 19, 23, 31, 9, 10, 12, which means it's the fifth one down. So we're going 25, 12, 1, 1, 22. So we're cutting on 22, which is 1, 3, 4. Did I actually miss that? I think I missed that. It is a 22 cut blue. It's because I was tabbed out at the time. It was weird. Never mind. I don't think that was my error. I think that was being tabbed out. Did weird things.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So there's a 16. It's next to an 11. That's not a marker. There is a 15 as well, and it's next to a 16, 18. 18 isn't a thing. So there was 1, 3, 4, 16, 19, which is the second one. So we're looking at cutting a 12, which is 8, 4, which is 2 and 3. There is a 16. It's next to a 10. That is a marker, I think. It's also next to a 31. 31, 9, 10, 12. They're both next to 15s. Is there a 15 in this sequence? There is, okay. And it's next to a 10, which is the second to last.
Emergency cleared.
We should be cutting
All personnel,
on the
please
15.
return to your stations.
Cool. So that's a 16 next to a 12, which is the very bottom, which we're cutting on the 12. Nice. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. That's a 15 next to a 6, that's not one. Next to a 2 and 18. 1, 19, 23. None of those are relevant. That was 17. That's still not relevant. I guess there's a 15 in the sequence that I just don't care about. 1. Okay, so it's the top row, and we're cutting on 25, which is 125. Nice. 15 next to a 1. Save again, 125. Did I miss it? Sod it. I'm happy with the module, that's fine. So we can put binary LEDs onto our profile. Thank you, Morningstar. Catch you later. Alright, what else is on our list of things to do? So we can cross out binary LEDs. Bitwise operations, I think, is easy enough that I'm going to save that for when I'm at a lower point. Blind alley is also not too bad. Could take a look at coordinates. Yeah, okay. Excuse me. Thanks, Eva. Cheers, Vila. Alright, so the 6 grid sizes. X is the more obvious one, because... Actually, is it? I suppose you still have to remember the order. So, if the grid size is just a number, it's 2 primes, and it's wider than it is high. It's wide primes. A single number in parens is the other way around. Okay. Can you ask why no manual sky? It's just cool, isn't it? It's a challenge. I like ridiculous game challenges. So x is a product of primes vertically. xy is really straightforward. Hey Kangablue. I don't think I recognise your name. There's also probably a couple new people here as well, so for all you new people, I'm going to put a link into the Discord channel in chat if you want to come to that. We announce all our live streams and stuff, so if you want to see when we're going live, that's a good place to do it. Tired of having a functioning brain. A lot of these are nice. Like, the way I'm thinking about this is, for a start, a number that's a product of two primes, the rule itself is easy enough. If I see a number on its own, I know that's the rule. And it's either this or it's this, right? They're inverts. But parens are long, thin symbols. So to me, it looks like a vertical symbol. So it's going to be a vertical grid, where it's, longer vertically than it is wide. So they make sense. And here again, you have two x's next to each other, which means the x's are expanding widthwise. So an xy, x is the width. And the same with x by y, you have two y's next to each other. They are expanding horizontally. You have y's going across horizontally. So x by y is just that size grid where y is the width. And maybe you can kind of make the same argument here. You've got that's a bit weirder actually. So y is the height or y is the width? I suppose on that one you have a high symbol, and on this one you have a symbol that is on the same elevation as the y. So it's going across, it's going wide, whereas to get to the star you have to go up. You're going tall, you're going high. Near enough. It's kind of, they're all nice to remember. They've all got nice things about them to help remember it. So, in fact, we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, things that I already know. Chinese, super easy. Because the order is the order you read in Chinese, so the order is just really obvious. Xth is just reading order, really nice. I guess that's just array order, beginning at 0. That's also super nice. And that's just graph order. So they're all really nice. Chinese, reading, array, and graph numbers. It is spelt like that. Okay, so those are the nice 4. Top left, array 0 is first. They're all really easy. And then after that, there's only 8 left to do, right? And some of them are inverts of each other, so we'll try and remember that. Are any the same? Column, then row. Top left is 0, 0. So these all begin at the top left, and these all begin at the bottom left. Does get originated because I just misspelled it several times in chat once, because the vowels, like if you just frame shift the vowels 1 to the left, then that's how you spell it. So I just had my hand positioned like 1 to the left on my right hand. Yeah, these are all like really themed with each other, right? So there are 2 kinds of parens, and they function the same except top left and bottom left. So that's that's these two. So, okay, here we go. The two types of parens are column then row 0, 0. The two letter numbers are column then row A1. The two kinds of quotes, because in French you quote with, is it in French? You quote with those arrows. I think it's supposed to be two arrows, but like it's near enough. So the two kinds of quotes are row then column. And then the two kinds of just X and Y number with a separator are both row then column, one starting at 1, 1. So that's really nice. So let's start with the parens. Column then row. I would say that's fairly obvious because again, the parens are tall, they look like columns. So parens begin with columns. Column then row, beginning at 0, 0. And again, you've got square brackets, it looks like an array. So beginning at 0 makes sense in my head. So column, then row, top left is 0, 0, which is, top left I consider kind of the normal one. And again, that makes sense. Again, square brackets are an array, which you kind of picture from top left. Parens are how you write graph coordinates, and you read a graph from the bottom left. At least positively. So they make sense. Letter number is just column then row. A1. That's exactly how an Excel sheet works, right? So it's just an Excel sheet, and then again the invert comes from putting a dash in, which is also the non-standard way of writing it. 24. Then the quotes. The other two are row then column. Quotes because you read across rows. So, yeah. This one is slightly annoying because I would consider default to be like these kind of quotes, not these kind of quotes. So I'm going to have to remember that the arrows are top left. They also begin at 0, 0. Which is kind of fun because they both look like owls. This looks like an owl with ears and a little beak. How's Hexamaze going? I've not done much on it since last time. Last time I discussed the strategy, but I've not done any sentence work. Do I have a job? As of very recently, no, because last year, some of you may know, I switched from my previous employer because of, I'm not going into details, we had disagreements. I told them that some things were an absolute disgrace, the way they were dealing with some stuff. So eventually parted ways because I just had enough. And I went to another company at the end of last year, and that company has been probably worse. They've dealt with some things so horrendously that, as of this month, I'm not there anymore either. So I'm looking for some other things right now. Holy hell, the company I was with until this month were shocking. The way they treat the people who work there is fucking abysmal. But hey, stories for other times. Hexamaze, I am not even close to done learning next. I'm done with binary LEDs though. So row then column 0, 0. Top left is the spiky ones. And then finally we have just letter, comma, letter. And that's it, nice and easy. That is again row then column starting at 1, 1. Or the same with the slashes. Is row then column bottom left 1, 1. Yeah, I feel like my tolerance for bullshit is just going down and down at the places I'm working at. I don't know what it is about escape room companies. Escape rooms should be such a fun thing to work at. And for the most part they are. Except it just seems like it has to be fucking law that the people who run escape rooms are just psychopaths. I don't know, I've worked for 3, and the owners / managers, depending on the company and the person, have just always been complete maniacs for some reasons or another. I'm honestly surprised that the first company I worked for haven't killed someone yet. Genuinely, I feared for my life on more than one occasion. The second company, I did so much for them and they just didn't give a shit. And the company I'm with now, like, I'm at a point where I think I'm kind of done with being fucked around with. And I got there and weird things started happening almost immediately and I was just like, I'm just not in the mood anymore. Opening your own company is not an option. It could be at some point in the future. I don't have the money to do that right now though. Hey Sudo, I'd need to be something that's just kind of stable to begin with, and then I could start thinking about making my own company. It's an option though. Sounds like there's a story there. Yeah, the first place I worked at, hundreds. I feel like I don't really want to talk about the second and third companies that I've worked at because they're still fairly recent. And I suppose because a lot of the time when you work at an escape room, you're also signing an NDA because they don't want to give away any secrets from in their rooms and stuff. And there are certain things that I would be talking about that would actually not be legal for me to talk about. I know, like in contract for my second place, to actually describe some like things that I disagreed with them over and essentially go and slag them off I literally can't do that. I could get taken to court over it. So I can't really go into detail over it. When is the NDA over? No idea. Probably long after I've even forgotten what's in their rooms. So yeah, like the recent ones I just don't particularly want to discuss because it's not worth the trouble if they found out and decided that's a breach of contract. The first company I worked for, they were operating illegally anyway, so I'd probably be happy to talk about that one. And yeah, there are hundreds of stories. I'm not joking when I say I'm a little bit surprised no one's died. They've had rooms cave in. We found drugs on the premises. We once arrived at work to see a bloody handprint on the front door that got cleaned off. The fire escape, someone broke their ankle in once, or at least, no, not broken, they sprained their ankle in there because it was so slick with flood water that leaving via the fire escape sprained their ankle. The fucking fire escape. We once called the emergency gas number because we thought we smelled gas, and we got reprimanded for that. For calling the emergency services, we got reprimanded. That is their response to us taking action in what we could consider potentially an emergency. So much bad stuff. Floor to ceiling mold all over the fucking place. They ran part of the business as an entirely separate business, as a tax dodge. Jesus Christ, so much going on with that company. Yeah, maybe I'll just go into it one time, because there are stories. And it's the first company I worked for, so I never really considered how weird and bad a lot of that stuff was, because I was 19, 20, and it's the first company I'd worked for. So I didn't really think about how bad that was until I went to my next place. And the next place was much more above board. They weren't doing anything illegally as far as I could tell or anything like that. Yeah, maybe I will at some point. Did they do anything legally, the first place? Probably bits and pieces, not much of it though. But yeah, the second place, most of the time, most people were very nice. It's 1,000 times better than the first place I worked for. There were just disagreements in the end because they made a change to their opening hours that I couldn't do because I stream. I said I can't do that. That was much more of a problem for them than I think they had any right to make it a problem, because as someone who's been so flexible for their company and done so much for outside of my job role for no extra compensation, that I expected some kind of leeway in return, and there was none whatsoever. So I thought that was not acceptable, and I left. I noticed that chat made a lot more sense while you were gone, Max. Yeah, so that's without going into too much detail on the second one. There are also stories about the second one, but yeah, I'll maybe leave that for a while. What I will say about the second one is, even though the escape rooms at my first place were also pretty awful, the actual games at the second place, pretty good. If you go and play games at the place that I worked at second, you'll have a good time. I would, as a company, I guess I would recommend it. Or at least as a day out, I would recommend it. So, yeah, like, I'm not going to go slagging off their second company. I just personally had some experience that made it best that I left, I think. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. I think we could maybe do some coordinates. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a bit of this. I'm gonna cover those answers up and see if I can name it all. So x is the product of two primes, and it's wider than it is tall. X parens is the product of two primes that's taller than it is wide. Xy is just x width, y height. X by y is just x height, y width. Star y is the total grid size followed by the height, and x column y is the total grid size followed by the width. Square brackets x comma y is column then row, top left is 0, 0. Letter number is column then row, top left is A1. Spikies is row then column, top left is 0, 0. And parens is row then column. Sorry, I've missed one. X comma y is row then column. Top left is 1, 1. And then parens is column then row, bottom left is 0, 0. A dash number is column then row, bottom left is A1. Quotes xy is row then column, bottom left is 0, 0. And then x slash y is row then column, bottom left is 1, 1. Square brackets x is top left reading order starting from 0. Xth is top left reading order starting at 1 first. Hash x is Cartesian order starting at 0? Let's double check that. I think it starts at 0. And then Chinese is Chinese reading order. No, it begins at 1. Okay, that's good to know. Graph order starts at 1. Which is slightly confusing because graph order for this starts at 0. So that's the one that I would consider confusing here. It's one small detail that I need to bear in mind. Besides that, though, this module actually seems fairly doable. I just have to kind of do the chess thing of bearing an array in my head and try and keep track of things. But the fact that you can always go back and cycle through every coordinate, just like in chess, means that I can just keep double checking things until I narrow it down. So I think coordinates is going to be really doable. I want to nip to the loo and make a cup of tea, so I will be back in 5 minutes, guys. The stream is not over. I'm just taking a short break. I'll be on chat on my phone. I will see you all in just a few minutes, and we will actually make some attempts at coordinates. So if you want to see me solo coordinates, stick around, guys. And just before I go as well, I'll pop a link to Discord in the chat if you would like any notifications for when we do live streams. Join the Discord. We always try and ping the announcements channel before we go live so that you guys know when we're doing videos and stuff. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Bear with me. Hey guys, I'm back. With tea. Binary LEDs, let's go through numbers. So, our markers are 1, 19, 23, 31, 9, 10, 12. They're all marked by 15s, except for the third to last and last rows, which are marked by 16s. And then we cut on 25, 12, 1, 1, 22, 31, 15, 12. Okay. Oh, Master Disaster. Do you mean a vanilla Centurion? Or do you mean the modded Centurion? Hey Vili, we got back at like exactly the same time. You do mean modded? Jesus. Okay, I mean good luck, dude. If that'll be amazing to see if you can get that to work. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we're going to make some attempts at coordinates modules. How fun. Coordinates is one of those modules that when you think about it, strikes me kind of like nonograms. You think about it and it feels inherently like a very unsoloable module. Like coordinates, that's quite a hard module, right? There's like lots of rules, you have to have a grid. But then when you start thinking about it, I don't know how hard it really actually is. So it's one that doesn't take too long that I think is a nice, like, impress your friends with this solo. Because nonograms was also one that really wasn't that hard to learn at all. That was like half an hour. And yeah, same goes for coordinates. Coordinates, I'm hoping this will work, because obviously I do need to bear the grid in mind and maybe I'll just horribly fail at that. But yeah, I'm hoping that this one turns out to be a module that is deceptively easy as a solo. But we're about to find out, eh? Oh yeah, it's Hey, listening to songs. A Sky Wizard, that's a new one.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. So our grid size is 15 asterisk 5. So our actual grid is 5, and it's going to be 50 is 5 by 3. And it's going to be 5 high and 3 across. So 5, 1 is row then column, and it goes from the top left at 1, 1. So it's row first and then column. So that's actually the bottom left corner. C4 just goes down. Okay, yeah. So it's 1 north from 3 o'clock. 1 north from 3 o'clock. So that's essentially at C2. Maybe I'll put these all into Excel. That might be a helpful way of doing this. So we've got A5, C4, C2. That is row then column from the top left, starting at 0, 0. So that becomes A3. So we've got A5, C4, C2, A3. 0, 3 is column then row, starting from the top at 0, 0. It's that, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Let's freaking go. Alright. I wonder if this is sometimes just doable without even looking at the grid size. Probably not. It's that and that if the grid is 3 wide. Which it's not, it's 7 wide. It's 7 by 3. So hash 7 would be the bottom right corner. Let's think. So Y is
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please
So we've
return
got a
to
bottom
your
right
stations.
corner and a top right corner. 6 o'clock is just bottom middle. We've also got a 1 east from top middle, which is the... well, that's 5th along on the top. 11th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's exactly in the middle, I think. Yeah. Okay, so 2, 4. Hey, Ginger. Okay, so that's row then column from bottom left as 1, 1. So row bottom left, row 2. It's that's in the middle. So it's that and that. Let's fucking go. $15 is our grid size. A single number. It's a product of primes. And it's wide. So it's 5 by 3. So going from here, 1 right from 6 o'clock. It's 5 by 3. Okay, so that's D3. 13. Is that it? No, that's C3. No, it is. It's those, right? 1 right from 6 o'clock is the second to last. Yes. Okay. Hash 9 and square and parens 9, they don't work, do they? Because that's... oh, is that the grid size? That's the grid size, isn't it? So the grid is 3 by 3. Okay, weird. 2, 2 is just bottom right corner. B3 is top middle. 5 is middle middle. 9 o'clock is bottom middle. 0 is the bottom left corner. No, top left corner. 3, 2. Top right. Okay, what was top right? Top right is 2, 2, isn't it? No. Did I say something was top right? Hash 9. That's top right. Because that's Cartesian. For x5. 4x5. So it's x, x, y, which means it's x width, so it's 4 across 5 down. Hey, fishy. Four across 5 down. So quotes, it's row then column from bottom left. Row 1. So it's 4, what did I say? It's 4 across. 4 across 5 down. So that's alpha 4, A4. B2. A4, B2. That's D2. 4B2, D2. That's it. Nice. Let's go. That's fast as well. 5 done in 6. Coordinates felt like one that I'd be able to remember quickly but take a while solving, but that wasn't even bad. Coordinates smashed out of the fucking park. I am happy with that one. That's a good one. That's a nice confidence booster. I like ones that go like that. Something that feels like not one of the easiest modules on the bomb, but you just do it. That's good. That's good. Coordinates. Okay. I put binary LEDs on, didn't I? Yeah, okay. No strikes? Yeah, that was strikeless. Let's fucking go. Alright. Okay, coordinates done. What next? How big is the fast math grid? Oops. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 by 13? Wow, that's big. I think that's for another time. Have I said hi to Popo? I don't think so. Hi, Popo. Proud of 15th in Cup Warzone? Yeah, nice. Like, I think top 25 is really good. Top 15 is especially good. How am I planning to do cheap checkout alone without using a lot of time? Have you seen cheap checkout? Because we did cheap checkout on the last stream. There'll be one on my progress bomb at the end of this one, so keep an eye out. The first math's going to be horrible. Yeah, first math is really nasty. First math is one of the scariest ones on this bomb. Although I want to say right now, Hexamaze feels scarier, which I didn't think I would say. But it's still scary. What about gamepad? I don't know, I feel like I'm not in the space to remember like lots of raw info right now. I'm just not in that mood. And gamepad is lots of raw info. At least like raw info that isn't themed around something. Like bulb rules I could probably be okay with, I don't know, but just symbols. Gamepad is just symbols, and I don't think I want to do that right now. Logic's an interesting one. I think I'd be down to do logic. Yeah, let's take a look at logic. And Kenga also says logic, so there we go. Potatoes, cheap checkout, 68 cents per kilo. Slots sound scary, yeah. Yeah, fast math isn't much time to think, that's true. The way I'm going to try and do fast math, I think, though, is to have as little reverse engineering time as possible. I don't think I'm going to try and... Per kilo? Is it... Oh, per pound. Yeah, sure, whatever. I think if I have a system to remember fast math that reduces my info load, the reverse engineering time to get my number to then add the offset to that might just be too much. Semaphore is easy. Semaphore's on my list of, I said earlier on, there's a list of 7 or 8 things that could go onto my profile with just a couple minutes scratching up. Semaphore is one of those. I did used to solo Semaphore. I would just need to take another quick look at it and be back up to scratch. So Semaphore is on my list of things to do when I'm feeling like really down with this challenge, because I'm sure that's going to happen at some point, and I'm trying to save some easy ones to pick myself back up when I'm struggling to remember shit. Yeah, Fizzbuzz again is not as scary as it sounds, and in fact, for a while, I don't know if people do this so much these days, but for a while, one of the strategies for Fizzbuzz in voice bombs, in real bombs, was for the diffuser to still give the expert the 3 and 5 factors, and just to be given the offset, so that the expert would just say, add 2 to everything, and then the diffuser would solve it. So as long as you can memorize the table, then you're good to go. So yeah, FizzBuzz, not only is it not that bad to solo, the main part of that module has actually been soloed fairly commonly by diffusers. I can extend the time on fast math. I would really rather not if it's avoidable. I do want to make this Centurion be as legit as possible. So I would like to do fast math as its default timer. If that was just impossible, then I guess I would put the time up, but it really would have to be just straight impossible. So yeah, I want there to be as little reverse engineering on fast math as possible. I don't want to be counting through sentences to try to work out, oh, this is S, so that's going to be the 16th word of the sentence, so count through. There's my, like, by that time I've already run out. So I think, kind of like cheap checkout, fast math needs to just be a brute force learn, where I literally do just associate every letter pair with a number. If I can do 2 bits, I can do fast math. Maybe, yeah. The thing with 2 bits, though, is 2 bits does have reverse engineering time. 2 bits, I look at the number, I convert both the letters, I make a word from those letters, I think of the associated word with that word, and I convert that second word back into numbers. Imagine that for fast math, and then having to add an offset on top of that, all in, is it 10 seconds? Is it less than that? So it's going to be a huge mind palace. Yeah, doing like a legit mind palace just for fast math, that might actually happen. That may be necessary. Because I'm not using any mind palace techniques for any of this stuff yet. It's all just like mnemonics and sentences and associations, converting numbers to letters, or just brute forcing. I've not done mind palace-ness for any of this. Fast math feels like that actually could possibly happen. That may be the only way to do it. Fishy, look through Centurion, seen someone struggle with. Yep, there are some. Hexamaze, fast math, light cycle, safety safe, friendship, color math. There are some scary ones. FMN, just for the time if nothing else. But there's nothing on it that seems necessarily impossible. Fast math and hexamaze are the 2 scary ones right now, but even those don't feel completely unachievable, you know? A chessboard with memory cues. The problem with a chessboard with memory cues is there's nothing about the board, if you like, that's memorable. So one of the techniques I've used previously for remembering stuff is to picture a journey that you make frequently, whether it's a walk through your house that you do that has like a set path because it's your morning routine or something, or your ride or walk to school or work, a journey that you frequently take. Or maybe it's even like a walk through a game, right? A game that you have a set path that you usually go down, like a walking sim or something. And then you pick loci along that walk, points of interest. So I'm walking to work and I pick, my front door, the gate out of my house, the car that's always parked across the road, the line of trees that I walk through as I go through the park, the beauty parlor that I go past on my left, then the fish and chip shop, which has a very distinct smell. That's a good thing to like help you remember it. And then you pick all these loci, and then what you do is for everything that you want to remember, you vividly imagine something closely associated with what you're trying to remember at each of those loci, and then you take that journey, you do the walk. So if you need to remember, I don't know an example. Like if you're trying to remember a shopping list, right, and the first thing you need to buy is milk. I might you want to picture something weird and vivid, something that maybe even triggers more than one sense. It's not just something you're looking at, but maybe something with a distinct smell or taste or feel to it, temperature, a sound. So maybe the first thing I think is the front door is my first locus on my walk, And I picture as I get up to my front door that the letterbox opens and milk just starts like pouring pouring out of it, which is a ridiculous image. But you just spend 30 seconds just really like anchoring that into your head, and you just picture just milk absolutely pouring out. I can hear like the rattle of my letterbox because I know what that sounds like. When people put letters through the door, I can hear the rattle of the letterbox. I can see all the milk like splashing onto the floor. My annoyance at like how long it's gonna take to clean this up. It's a really vivid image. And next time I take that walk, when I get to that door, it's gonna trigger that memory because I'm now associating this door with milk, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I need to buy milk. So this is something that I haven't done yet for any modules. But it's something that I don't know. Maybe that's gonna get done for fast math. It's a lot of things though. It's 169 things. How fast can the timer go up? It can go to double speed. So that when you've got like a chessboard, there's nothing distinct about. If I just picture a 13 by 13 grid and all of the things in those squares that associate with the letter pairs, there's nothing distinct about the squares. I might have this vivid image of the particular thing I need to remember, but why do I know that's in square GS and not in square GT or whatever? So just picturing there's nothing unique about each of the loci is the problem with a grid. Yeah, nice one, Ian. Can't find an image pouring out of a letterbox. Not pouring out of a letterbox. But yeah, it's a good technique, right? Because when you think of a story like something with a through flow of logic, and each of the things that happens triggers something in mind. And when they are these weird, vivid images, like a frog being cooked in a pot, you remember the thing that you're trying to remember because it's just so like it's striking as an image that it's difficult to forget. I mean, hell, you still remember it, right? How long ago was this test, and you still remember the frog being cooked in a pot? I mean, that's just a testament to the efficacy of that technique. Once you make the grid special, you can superimpose the grid onto a picture or something. That's true. There is still a question of how long does it take me to cross-reference that grid to find the coordinate, because it's a big grid. Yeah, 5 years ago, right? And I remember doing a test in high school where they gave us a list of just like 50 objects or something and like half an hour, and it was just like a fun thing to do for the class, and it was just how many things can you remember out of this list of like 50, I don't know what the number was, in half an hour. And most people were getting like a third to a half correct because no one was using any particular technique for it. People were just trying to brute force learn the words. And I did the locus thing and got the whole list, and then got dragged to the front of the class to explain why I got the one right. And that must have been, about 5 or 6 years ago, and I still distinctly remember one of the loci was just the pavement outside of my house, and I can still see gears ticking under the pavement because one of the words that you had to remember was gear, and I can see just like almost like a steampunk like clockwork, just this like massive gears just like ticking away under the like instead of concrete it's like glass and there's just gears ticking under it, and I can still picture that, and it's like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't remember much else from that list, but I do remember that specifically. So it does go to show that just having really vivid images to help you remember stuff, they do stick with you. Do I allow myself to write things down on paper? No. I can write things down in modules. What's what called, Popo? It's like the time you recite the whole period table in front of your class. Just to get as many elements in a roll. Yeah. At one point a long time ago I knew the periodic table, and it was a bit of a party trick to be able to name elements from numbers. I can't do that right now. I could probably relearn it. Hey Rubik's. What's the price of cereal on Friday? $4.19. Catch you later, don't we? The method I explained just now, I don't know if it's got a like an official name or anything. The points, so you pick a path and you choose points along that path, and in the technique that I read, those points were specifically referred to as loci, as in the plural of locus. Price of cereal on Wednesday? Not a clue, Drake. Is it $4.91? It's a bit of a random guess. No, okay. Is it still $4.19? Should we waste the whole half-time break listening to the table song? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's gonna... We switched the house. So I did get it right. It's $4.91. Or did you not say cereal? Price of cereal on Wednesday is $4.91, right? That's what I said. The method of loci, the journey method. Yeah, okay. And it's really good. It's very useful. Oh no, I said $4.91, and then when you said wrong, I said, is it just $4.19 still? Yeah, fast math. I don't know. I want as little reverse engineering time as possible on that module. We want to look at logic though. That's what we're going to do today. How's laundry coming along? We have not looked at it. It won't be bad though. Laundry's fine. Hey, Ryan. We are not setting that to active. Okay, cool. And let's get logic ready to go. I'm going to get there before the memory leak screws with me, so I can launch it as soon as I'm ready to go. Okay, we're going to take a look at logic. I mean, I'm talking relatively, right? If you're just going to solo laundry, there's a fair bit of work that's going to go into it, but compared to all of the things I'm going to have to solo on the Centurion, laundry is trivial. Catch you later, Velia. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe. So what's nice about logic is at least some of the letters kind of sound like the thing that they're referring to. Like P is parallel plot. Not high. There we go. So hopefully some of them can be kind of, the letter indicates the thing that they're about. But yeah, we'll see how we get on anyway. I think for a lot of these I'm going to be trying to think of a word starting with the letter that kind of, or something about the letter that is associated to the rule. Or we can also think of some of these as simply inverses of other letters. So if we can pair up letters and just check one, and then you know that the other is the inverse of that. That also works. So for example, G and H are inverts of each other. Also, interestingly, E, K, and X are all kind of related. Catch you later, Max. What's going on, boys? We're just about to start looking at logic, Ryan. Things we've done today are coordinates and binary LEDs. So when we come to the progress bar at the end of the day, you'll hopefully be able to see what they're like. Keep resetting until I get a unicorn. I've got enough other things to reset for. Curious on web design. Web design won't be bad. Again, relatively speaking, there's not that much info. Okay, so A, batteries equals indicators. Rule A, which is the first rule, is also kind of like rule 1 on bitmaps. It's also to do with indicators and batteries and things being equal to each other. It's not quite, but I don't know if that's a good way of remembering that one. I know B is false. That's good because I'm re-rolling for a 3 and 3. Is there anything else to do with the serial? I don't know about the others, okay. But that's always nice as well, like just knowing that B is false without having to do any calculation. Is there anything else that I just know is true or false? No. Okay. We also, yeah, so we maybe want to remember like series of letters as well. So starting with like fewer than 2 ports, more than 5 ports, and then is there anything in between those? Exactly 2 ports. Just remembering those in order. Fewer than 2, 2, more than 5. There might be another one in there. I'll take a look. But coming up with those series of letters might be good. So A, batteries equals indicators. As many batteries as indicators. A is as many batteries as indicators, because it's the only rule that does as many of something as something, right? So A is as many batteries as indicators. Catch a little fishy. C is IND and D is FRK. But the only two specific, no, they're not actually, there's T as well. So C, D, and T are all linked. It's just those 3, isn't it? C, D, T are also all in the word indicator. Indicate. Might just remember that. Indicate. 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 And in that order, indicate, we have FRK, IND, and MSA. Indicate. Okay, they're in alphabetical as well. FRK in the sentence, in the word indicate, D, C, T. the indicators we're looking for are alphabetical, so FRK, IND, MSA. FRK and MSA. Decate. FRK, IND, MSA. So A is batteries and indicators are equal. B is false. D is FRK indicator present. C is an IND indicator present. T is an MSA indicator present. So we're looking at exactly one indicator. Kicks. Is there no indicators? There is, yeah. So W is no indicators. K is one lit, E is one unlit. X is just one. Is there exactly two indicators? No. Good. I've played a ton of CSS. CSS is possibly my most played game. Containers is definitely challenging that these days. But CSS, there was a period in my life at high school, probably between the ages of like 10 and 15, where I definitely played CSS about 6 hours a night. Every night. I've got thousands of hours in CSS. E and K are opposite. Kind of, yeah. They're not logically exclusive though. Like K and E can both be true on a bomb if I just have two indicators, one of which is lit, one of which is unlit. So I can't remember it as like, oh, E is not K, if you know what I mean. Do I still play it? No, I play CSGO now, although I'm really enjoying Warzone, so I'm probably going to be on CSGO a little bit less. But I do really like CSGO. O is both. What do you mean O is both? Has both lit and unlit. Oh, yes, good shout, thank you. Has both lit and unlit. So W and X. Into Okay, so A is batteries equal to indicators. B is false. C is an IND indicator. D is an FRK indicator. E is exactly one unlit. Gonna have to skip a few. K is exactly one lit indicator. L is more than two indicators. O is at least one lit and unlit indicator. And I think we're going down now to W. There's no indicators, and X is exactly one indicator. Okay. Let's just make a list of the little words that I've got here. What'll be on logic? $2,500 in CSS. Yeah, I'm probably somewhere in that camp. I think I'm probably around the 3,000 region. Hey, Beaver. CSGO, when I first played it, I really didn't like it, and it's a shame because I was very, very late to the boat on CSGO. Like, I only started playing it really at the end of last year. And yeah, the recoil is what got me as well. When I first started playing with CSGO guns, they felt way harder to use than CSS. One, I think they changed it to some degree, and two, now I'm used to it, it feels correct. CSS is very accurate. Like, I remember, for example, like the FAMAS burst fire is just fucking needle accurate. It's absolutely mad powerful for getting headshots and stuff. The burst fire FAMAS in CSGO is way less wieldy to use. Or way more unwieldy, I should say. Which kind of feels more correct, if you like. I forgot T. I put T in there, didn't I? Indicate. What did I say? But CSGO is just really good for being, you can just be super tactical. It's very fun. When naming them, I missed out T. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's fair. I did miss T. Okay, what else we got? More than one port type. Is there exactly one port type? There's exactly two ports. Are there any port types? Just F. Is there a port that begins with F? There's not, is there? I'm going to remember F for a full port plate. G and H are similar, aren't they? What's my Steam name? Just the same. Excuse me. How can I? Oh, here. What's easy to remember? G or H related to batteries? Less than 2 batteries. G. I can't think of a word that's like nice for that. Sky. Here's 2, second in Priz has number 2. What are you looking at? I've not looked at these ones yet. P is parallel, that's super easy. R is a PS2. PS2 is a round. R, round port. Sure. I'm very rarely on Steam though, Crash. You can if you want, but there's not much point. I also prune my friends list quite a lot, so you may end up just getting knocked back off that because I tend to try and keep it to like 10 people. Which is actually way behind right now. I need to sort my friends list out at the minute. All ports are in the second column. Okay. Well, except F, I guess. W is no indicators, X is exactly 1, L is more than 2. Then K is 1 lit, E is 1 on lit, O is at least 1 of each. Okay, so G, is it 2 plus or more than 2? Oop. Centurion. Okay, let's see what M is about. No duplicate ports. Is the one for having duplicate ports? There isn't, is there? Hey, Super. I've no idea what my friend code is, Crash. I wouldn't worry too much because you'll just never see me online anyway. And I don't play CSS these days. VP and S are all easy. Well, P is parallel. What are you guys saying about V and S? V is a vowel. Okay, that's nice. S is some. Okay, yeah, they're all nice. I agree with all of those. M is no duplicates. Is there an M word that we can think of that represents no duplicates? Uniqueness. Exclusivity. Different. Mismatched. Guess we'll go with that for now. Definitely unbolted that. Is there no batteries or no battery holders anywhere? Don't see it. So Contain not through Steam. Contains through Steam, yeah. I just mean like I'm set to offline on Steam most of the time, or I'm actually in offline mode most of the time. Is a 1 in Roman numerals an odd number? That's actually quite nice. I'll just think of it as 1. It just kind of looks like 1 as well, right? Yeah, that's nice. More than 2. More than 2. Use exactly 1. Okay, N, O is taken, P is parallel. Q is taken by L, but I've not written it yet. What are we talking? These are batteries, aren't they? No. They're ports. Is that right? More than 5, jeez, 6 plus. Less than 2, exactly 2. Okay. So that's Q. Q. R is not taken either. Oh yeah, R is round port. T is taken, U is taken, V. How did I manage that? What? W is taken, X, Y, Z. Okay, so that's everything. Do we think we can do some logic? Well, it's skyward in full, right? So A is batteries equals indicators, B is false, C is an IND, D is an FRK, E is one unlit, F is more than one port type, G is 2 or more batteries, H is not G, I is an odd serial, J is 5 plus batteries, K is one lit, L is exactly, no, more than 2 indicators. Which, have I written that down wrong? No, I haven't. Okay, more than 2 indicators. M is all unique ports. N is, oh, how many is it? So U is less than 2, I think, and then N is just, is N 2 plus? No, okay, U is exactly 1, and then N is 3 or more. U and N is unhelpful because if U or N is true, you don't get a laundry unicorn, or even like unicornless. There's no laundry unicorn if they're true. 1 and 3 plus. That's a nice way of remembering the numbers and the words. That's really nice. Okay, so O would be, catch you later, Crash. O would be exactly 1 indicator. P is parallel. Q is exactly 2 ports. R is a PS2. S is 11 plus in the serial. T is an MSA. U is a 1 battery holder. V is a vowel. W is no indicators. X is exactly 1 indicator. Y is 6 or more ports. And Z is fewer than 2 ports. Let's do some logic.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Okay, more than one, hang on, let's just check T first. T is, do we have an MSA? Is that right? Yeah. There is no MSA, therefore that one is true. And then what about D? D is an IND indicator. Okay, N is more than 3 or more battery holders. It's false, so that's happy. This is a NAND, right? So that's true. And then this one we've got to do the whole line. So it's true again. C. No, I got D and C the wrong way around. I got lucky. I checked for an IND on that D and it's not. It's an FRK. But we have no IND. So that's false, therefore true. So this part is false. So this part is false. Therefore the answer is the state of L, because the not here inverts it. So if L is true, the answer is true. So L is Q, WXL, so no indicators, exactly one indicator. I think it's 2 or more indicators. L is true, therefore it's true. Cool. Let's get new edge work. Otherwise that's just going to get easier and easier as I go along. Let's just double check L is 2, not 3. No, it is 3, okay. Hey Aaron. The idea is that let's just run this now. Oh, I don't have the profile on. I'm going to hope I get an anagram because my profile's not on. When you solve a word scramble or an anagram, you can still interact with it after it's done. So the plan is that anagram or word scramble, whichever I'm going to use, is the first thing that I solve. And then I immediately encode stages 1 and 2 into that module, and then I start doing other stuff. If I get one, I'll demonstrate, but if not, you can use your imagination. Oh yes, there actually is one. So yeah, I would solve this. I would go, what's my stage 1? Oh, it's 5. What's my stage 2? Oh, it's 8. And then I go 5, 8, etc., etc. Failing on Twitch players, you can stay here. Well, you're safe here, G-Freak. You can't fail here. I can fail here. You can't fail here. Hogwarts was on anagrams.
All available experts, please
I
report
have
to
no
room
idea how
A9.
Hogwarts works. Okay, well, that's a fucking horrible one. 2 double indicators, 2 double, what you call them? Implications, 2 double implications. Gross. Okay, so C is FRK, no, it's I and D indicators. So C is false, therefore true. So we have a true. X would be exactly 1 indicator, which is true. So we have a true implying true here, which is true. Hey, dummy. So the state of Y is the answer. Because if Y is true, yeah. Okay, so the state of Y is the answer, which would be 6 plus ports. I doubt it. Y is false. The answer is false. And then another double indicator. So we've got a NOR here, which is nice. O is exactly 1 indicator. Have I checked the same condition for X and O? No, O is not exactly 1 indicator. O is 1 lit and 1 unlit, which is not true. So O is false. P is parallel. False, therefore true. Therefore the entire parens is false. So N is invert of the answer, which would be 3 plus battery holders is true. Therefore the answer is false. Okay, well we can start with O here. That's a nice one. We have 1 lit and 1 unlit indicator. No. So O is false.
Emergency
Therefore
cleared.
that's just
All
true.
personnel,
That's nice.
please return to your stations.
And another double. What's with the double implications today? They're all knots. Everything is a knot. Does that mean I can just treat them all as not knots? I think it does. No, I can't do that with A. Okay, so B is false, so B is true. No, that's not true because I'm not actually rolling for the correct. But it does happen to be today. Alright, so B is false. Is that an O or a 0? That's a 0, isn't it? You can't have O's. So B is false, therefore true. L, or we'll just consider it false. L is 3 or more indicators. So it's also false. So the parens are true. Therefore, if A was true, the answer would be false. So the answer is the invert of A. Do batteries equal indicators? No, A is false, therefore the answer is true. Logic is done. Let's go. And I think that's what we're going to learn today. So, we'll finish off with a progress bomb. See how we get on with that, because my first one today was not good. I'll try and do a bit better than that first one. How do I make sure I have a plot in a week or two? I keep practicing. This is kind of what the progress bombs are good for, because I can do this and go, yeah, I don't feel good about this one. And then I can go back and revise it. Certain ones just stick with me more than others. So the ones that don't stick with me so much, I can just go back over. Like Color Flash, for example. That feels... I don't know what's a good word for it. Very impermanent. And there are a couple others that are kind of like that as well. So I just practice them more. That's it. Okay, so do we have an R in the serial? Oh, we do. Interesting. So this would be C, CC. Oh, it's been ages since I've had an R in the serial. Is it just C, CC? LC, LCC? Is it just that? I need to double check that, actually. I've not had an R in the serial, like, basically since I started learning this module. So I'm saying that it's... Oh, wait, it's just in here. I'm saying that it's C, and then CC, and then LC, and then LCC. It is that. Okay, cool. So right is L, CC, set. That is almost good. The E needs to be over here. We need to swap these. So let's go up, right, down, left, up. I don't know my left and rights, apparently.
Emergency cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
What's wrong with that? Oh, fucking wrong column order. Jesus. Oh, that's really dumb. What am I doing? Dreadful. Okay, let's start this over. That was bad, sorry. Oh wait, I also need to add more modules, so I suppose it's good we came out. Edit existing, Centurion, 17, we're on 28 now, wow. What did we do today? Binary LEDs, coordinates and logic, yeah, 28, wow, okay. Powering through. I'd keep strikes later, but striking on the third module, yeah, fuck that.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Oh. So 1, 11. That does go to 12, right? No, that goes to 10. It's 4, 10, 12. Yeah. So 1, 9. And then that's Sagittarius? which would be 9. So it's 199. Okay. So first sentence is, where do we start? A bird funds. D is 0. Same again, 19. Would be fate bone, haha. That's not 9. No, it is 9. Fate bone, ha. So it's H. H. So that's 1 point. And then 9, 9. Ninth down would be famish, fibula. And it's the B, which is 0 again. So we get 1 off the grid lookup. And then it's fire, 2. Neptune, 3. There's a P. Sagittarius, 4. Good on 4. That I just missed. Oh my lord. What am I doing? And didn't thaw it 1 degree. I'm just carrying on. And didn't thaw it 1
Emergency
degree.
cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
Jeez. 6. I'll blame it on tiredness. 6. So D is 3. No. G is 6. G. 4. J is 9. GJ. Good job. E's 4. L. 11. 44. 26. Good job, not. Right. C1. So work C1. D3 is a queen. Yeah, okay. So we've got a queen at D3. So C and D are covered. D6 is a king. Yeah, I already answered that one, Drew. This is a knight at E2. That's a bit gross. A1 is another queen. So we've got queens. A, C, and D are all covered. That's nice. E is covered at 6 and 5. It's also covered at 1 and 3. And 4 and 2. So E is covered. So A is another queen. So A, C, D, and E are all covered. And then F is going to be a bishop. So B6 is a bishop. So we're looking at just columns B and F now. 1 and 3 get covered. E2 was a B and F. D3. So I'm trying to work out B2 now. B2. B6. B5. D3. So B5 gets hit, B6 gets blocked. So B4 and B2 are up in the air right now. C1, D6, B4 and B2. So E2 is a knight. Doesn't hit either of them. A1 is a queen, which hits B2. B4 seems not hit by anything. F2 is hit by E5, C5, D4, E3, F2 is hit by V6. F3, F4. I want to say it's B4. Yeah. Jeez, okay. So where the braces are false, we're good. And then that, or everything. Just C is fine as well, isn't it? Okay. We don't have a stereo RCA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times, oh, 0. Lovely, it's just 3. Which is oath. Take an oath. 97N. V. Navy suit. Second. 3. Thal Park. Third query. 8, 9. What's 8? 8's B, isn't it? Yeah. B, N. Ban. B, N. Bun. Blaze. Yellow. Ooh, oh shit, what's yellow? Yellow is it the recognizable colors? Blue and green or white and white or red? Blue and green. Or white and white or red? No. What's the final condition? It's the magenta rule? No on the third? Nice. I'm happy with that one. Fourth coordinate chess was my first rook. C1? Do we have a strike? We do. R in the serial. No. TR or car. No. Strike rule. Back would be, what is strike rule? CCL, CL. I was at the back. Okay. 3. We get 3 from the last column. That's definitely not beaten by anything. We got 4 from the last column. Okay. Oh wait. No, we don't. We do get 3 from the last column. First stage. G. Eagle is 140. Sunstone, I don't think we're using. Feather, how's our dex looking? We actually don't use the feather, that's unusual. Unless I have a potion. I do have a potion. And now we use feather. Moonstone we also don't use, right? Yeah. So we've got Moonstone, Lamp, Sunstone. It's just those. So Sunstone, Lamp. How's the lamp looking? It's not cold enough, is it? What is the temperature for lamp? Is it 12? Okay, so we're on 140. That magic orb is looking good to me. Alright, so we have batteries. 5 plus 0 is 5, plus the 12 is 17. We have 28 modules. 8 plus 12 is 20. Nice question, thank you. Broken glass is minim. So we've used a 3 or 4, we've got 2 individuals left. And that is a straight 50-50. So we'll need some radars. C8 is C3, doesn't help. I0 is not going to help either. So it's ports plus other stuff. So ports is A, other stuff is 6, isn't it? So yeah, so A1. Minim. I don't know this by looking at it. Hey, Angry. Massive zoom in on the game while I look through chat. When doing adventure game, when choosing the weapon, how does the stat advantage thing work? Yeah, you just have to be doing the best possible, even if you don't kill them. Hey, cosplay. You winning, son? Doing alright. I don't know this alphabet, though. Excuse me. DX goes together, doesn't it? It's either, I think it's either YQDX or QYDX. Let's just double check that that wasn't lucky. Wait. So what did I do? QYDX? Okay, that is a 4. QYDX. Thanks, Master. Third correct. What was my final word? It was the one that took me a while. It was glaze, which is BN. I need to get on the other side of that sphere. So this is the... No, I was on the correct side of the sphere. What am I doing? This is the T. Mace 4. I think this is the one that's difficult to get to green on. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, which means we're gunning for green. How lovely. Because I've got a feeling that green is fucking hard to find in this one. Oh no, okay, that's not the one I thought it was. Single up down is the strike. Single up down. So we're looking at 10 down, which is yellow. 3 plus, I think 3, yep, 6 up. So we're digging black. Dig black. It moved, didn't it? It was at the back. Gold is green. Cool, dig black. What's our grid looking like today? So Y is the width. Is that right? 24 with Y is the width, so it's 6 by 4. Oh dear. Yeah, sorry about that double O. E4 is E1. 24, so yeah, 6 by 4. Is that? Okay, so E1. In fact, let's just do a cursory scan. Is anything obviously the same? Is that the bottom left corner? Yes, it is. Is anything else obviously the bottom left corner? What about that? Yeah, that's bottom left, isn't it? It's row then column, starting from the top left, beginning at 0, 0. So row 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What did I click? Angles, angle 3, 0, and then 18. Can you still interact with this? No. I'm just going to do this for fun. Okay, good to know you can't strike after you solve coordinates. Okay, $18. We're still on Friday, good. So white milk is $3.62. Cereal is $4.19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Chocolate bar is $2.10. Deodorant is $3.97. 1, 2, 3, 75, 95, 97. Kind of broccoli. Broccoli is $1.39. So it's 70. Potatoes are 68. So 15.26. 15.26. It's 3 minus 0.26. Which is 2.74. Always really happy when that goes green. It's a gross module. Paid amount? I thought it was 16. It's got to be there, right? Black. Cool. What was my one strike on? What was the one strike? Astrology? Was it Astro? Yeah, it was. I literally just clicked the wrong time on the timer. Hey, what's this? Okay. What rule do we begin with here? 0, isn't it? Okay. Rule 0 is the last rule. It's exactly 5 or fewer whites in exactly one quadrant. That's definitely not true. Rule 1 is as many white quadrants as lit indicators. How many lit indicators do we have? Is it 0? That's not true. Rule 1 is a row or a column. We almost have that a couple times, but not quite. Rule 3 is more black than white quadrants. I don't think that's true. Nah. Rule 4 is 36 plus whites. That is possibly true. We've got a lot of whites here. So we're looking at 10, 22, 30, 38. So our answer is 38. So we'll remove 18, 16. Good. Right, let's really think about this one before we submit it, because I've been making some silly errors on this recently. $6p BT Kitty. What's going on here? Most satisfying module to solo so far? I mean, Minesweeper is just fun. In terms of satisfying, as in... I mean, I hate the control scheme, but I like Minesweeper. It's just fun to like quickly do it, not using flags. Satisfying as in things that it's like cool that I can solo it. Like it feels like something that shouldn't be soloable. Cheap checkout is cool. Coordinates is kind of cool. Even though coordinates is much less difficult than it looks like it should be, it's cool that I can do it. I guess listening's kind of cool. Astrology, 2 bits. 2 bits is cool. Crypto is kind of cool, just having the passage memorized. Like, a lot of this is really fun, that it's very satisfying to get it done. Yeah, Astro, 2 bits, crypto. Cheap checkout, yeah. Minesweeper, I love Minesweeper. The real game, the module annoys me. Why is there CSGO console command in the top right of your screen? Just so when I'm running a bot game, I can copy and paste it all into the console just to sort out team balancing and shit. Okay, what's going on with this? This feels wrong to me. Why is... C... Oh, yeah, CP3. Okay, so the paragraph goes here. CP, yeah. And then... column 4 is 6... P, BT, Kitty, King's question smiley. Pixels white in the bottom left. Okay, so we're looking for 15 or 16 here. $31. So that was a 15 next to 16 and 19. Is 19 an indicator? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's the second one. So we're looking to cut 12, which is just these two. Nice. So is M true? It would be nice if it was. M is mismatched. Are there all unique ports is true, so the top one is true. B is false, which means the brackets are false. F is more than one type of port, which is also false. So false, false becomes false. Roman is 2, 6, 10 plus 10 still, and then matched is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where's the button with the ping pong? Didn't know that one. And then what is it next? Is it the color first? No, it's not. It's the shape lines. 50. What's black? It's the best one, isn't it? So we're on 6. Yeah, so we're on 6, and then 8, and then absent 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Okay, that went way better than the one at the start of the stream. Where were my strikes? I got an Astro done strike. That's fine, that wasn't a calculation error. My other strike was... Anyone remember? Souvenir. Yeah, okay, they are two strikes I am actually completely happy with. So that's almost in my head a clean bomb. I'm very, very happy with that. That's fucking excellent. I'm really, really happy with how that went at the end, because I wasn't feeling good after the bomb at the start of this stream. That was like 8 strikes, most of which were not good. Oh, wow, okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm happy with today. We got 3 modules done today. That's a lot. I think we usually do 2. So we're on 28. We're on 28. That's not including the FMN. So that's kind of 29. And it's not including some things that we could quickly add to the profile as well. So there's some overall modules in Centurion. Yeah, there's a few places you can get that. What's the quickest? If you go to my Discord, it's pinned in the Centurion solo channel. There is also an Excel sheet somewhere that lists like all the missions that exist and the modules on them. I'll put a link here to the Discord channel. Anyone who's not in there, come and join, because you'll get notifications when we go live, so you can see when we're doing stuff. What's up, Drake? And when are we going to start practicing FMN? We've done 1 just as like a proof of concept. I'm going to learn how to spell. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we've done a 20-stage FMN just to prove that it's possible. I don't want to keep doing FMNs every single time I do the start and end of stream bombs, because it's just such a time sink. It's going to really bore me. But I should occasionally do one, because, yeah, I need to make sure that I can actually do them. So, I think every time we hit like a milestone, I'll do one, like maybe at 50. I'll put an FMN back on, or maybe like every 10, I don't know. But as our profile expands, I will do the odd FMN just to keep fresh. But yeah, one of our, I think stream like 3 or 4. You can see in the description which one it is. It says that we start dealing with FMN, and I do a proof of concept bomb on that and do a 20 stage. So you can, if you want to see how that goes, you can go and check those out. Thanks, everyone. Tomorrow is a Rex stream, and then Thursday I'll be back again for some more Centurion solo. It's possible I might stream some Warzone, like early evening UK time, either tomorrow or Thursday as well, so keep an eye out for that. But if I do, they don't replace Rex's stream or my Centurion solo stream. They'll still be around. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.